So after a rather disappointing interaction with the flip and change lockdown, I figured to check out the other gimmick. All the other flip and change guys are usually the same basic mechanism, and I've heard iffy things from all of them. So I figured I'd try the Smash and Change Optimus, and it didn't hurt that it was on sale at Target this week for a few bucks off. So I said, oh, what the heck, I'll take a chance. And I like this one a lot better. It's still a very simplistic toy, but it's intended to be, so it's kind of hard to knock it for that. Now I will say, like, you can see his arms are down here. And despite the fact that they actually molded his asymmetrical arm to have, like, the peg hole for the shield that, like, the leader and everything does, and even the handle is designed to look like the Sentinel shield up here on top, it doesn't store the sword. The sword has this giant peg on the side of it, specifically to use, I assume, for storage, because, I mean, like, I guess you can make him hold it that way, but that seems ridiculous. And the only place it really pegs into is these screw holes on the side of the cab. There's, like, this one here. That one looks like it may be an actual intentional hole to store it, since there's no screw in it. These two are screw holes. But you've got your option of, you make it kind of a jousting truck, which I guess kind of fits the knightly theme that they're trying to go with for Optimus. This looks like it's supposed to be the official storage spot, and whether you have it facing forward or backward. I mean, forward, even as ridiculous as forward looks, it looks a little bit more intentional than just having it lay alongside the side of the truck like that. At least if it's facing forward, he can kind of use it as a vehicular weapon for whatever reason. And again, being Smash and Change, we mentioned he's simple, and it really is a very simple matter to transform him. You just basically grab him by this handle here, stand him up, and chunk chunk, and everything pops up out of frame. But it's just a spring-loaded gimmick. His arms pop out to the sides, his legs pop out a little bit, and going back is just as easy. Set him down. He's a truck again. Pop down, he's a robot. Pop down, he's a truck. Pop down, he's a robot. He's a truck. So, that's really all there is to him. Not a whole lot transformation-wise. But again, intended to be. Like, I'm not going to slam them for the gimmick working exactly the way they intended it to, even if it is simplistic. And it does work on Optimus. I've not had any problems with the Optimus gimmick not working. So the Smash and Change figures, I feel, are probably better value for your money than the Flip and Change ones. Although, again, some people have gotten Flip and Change ones that work just fine with no issues, and good for them. I mean, like, and I'm not saying that sarcastically. Good. I mean, if you got one, great. I've had the one experience with Lockdown that didn't work so well, and I'm not inclined to spend more money on any of the other figures in the line. Especially hearing that it's kind of hit or miss whether you're going to have problems with the gearing system in those. This guy seems pretty solid. The only other version of a Smash and Change figure I know is there's a Target exclusive silver version of this. I just don't care for the Silver Knight Optimus. Target has a lot of Silver Knight Optimus exclusives. I don't know if it's even going to be a thing in the film, but a lot of it is just excuses why we shouldn't put any paint on these figures. Because they're very basic, just solid gray Optimus Primes, and who cares? But it is out there if you want it. And he does have the sword, like I said. There's a peg here that you can kind of... Actually, you can't fit his hand. So that peg is seriously only there for storing on the side of the truck in awkward ways. I guess you can cut it off and just have a sword. But the sword itself, he can fit into his hand. And he does have an elbow joint and a swivel out this way. So he does have some articulation. Head fixed in place. That's about all the movement you're getting out of this guy. But it's enough to, like... I mean, he at least looks decent on the shelf. He doesn't look quite as awkwardly proportioned as Lockdown did to make those arms fit in. But yeah, it's a little off. But yeah, he's not bad. Again, a simplistic toy, but an intentionally simplistic toy. If it's not your thing, I totally get it. Because, like, I mean, like, I'm not going to collect the basic lines. I just wanted to check out Prime to see if he was any better than Lockdown. And I do kind of like this version of Prime. And this one actually really, all things considered, not a bad display piece, not a bad Prime overall. Simplistic, yes. But it does exactly what it's intended to do with no issues, unlike Lockdown or any of the other Flip and Change gimmicks from what I understand. So yeah, it's a nice Optimus Prime figure. If it's, I don't know if if it's worth picking up for $20. I don't know you need it in your collection. If you're looking for something for your kids, this is probably the best Prime to get. It's very solid and kind of fun for all its simplicity. So yeah, there it is, the Smash and Change Optimus Prime from the Age of Extinction toy line.